What's up, guys? Welcome to the first video in a brand new series that I'm calling Forge Spotlights. This is going to be my attempt to really showcase some of the maps or the Forge creators that we've come across when custom games browsing over on Twitch. We typically try to end our streams in a positive vibe, and that usually spells custom games. And we've seen some absolute masterpieces of level design or just custom games in general. And I thought, what better way to sort of kick off this playlist than by showcasing the T7 Crew's remake of a classic Halo 4 map that was originally called Adrift. They've now put their own sort of modern take on it, and they've appropriately renamed it Hangar T117. So be sure to give it a bookmark, search for it in the custom games browser, give it a 5-star review because it deserves nothing less. And I'm going to take you through the map now and show you exactly why. By the way, shout out to T7 MrBlack Sr and T7 MrSteel Sr, the two Forge creators behind this map. I love you guys, man. Thank you for letting me be a part of the development process and just being so supportive of the community. All right, so this is obviously Red Spawn. Probably going to spark your memory by showing you the vent right here, the stairs coming up into the vent. Hallway on the right, and obviously your sniper hallway on the left. Now, why is this your sniper hallway? Well, because you're going to be able to apply a lot more pressure than, say, the one on the right, and we'll get into that in a second. Aesthetics-wise, though, check out the red paint, that red tape on the floor, the screens on the left, the lighting that fills up the hallway, super cool. Love that. We'll take a peek here at top middle just for a second. Now, remember, guys, there used to be a mantis there. It has now been replaced by this giant UNSC, I think it's called the Saber Jet. I might be wrong on that, but nonetheless, really cool UNSC plane here that really matches the theme, the overall theme of this map, that is that space station loading dock sort of launch pad, if you will. I love that. We'll take a look more at that here in a second, but let's go ahead and push down the hallway. Now, like I said, this is your sniper hallway because you can apply a lot of pressure. And that includes things like multiple fusion coils, and 2 additional frag grenades that you can use to maintain pressure and secure that sniper rifle. If your opponent wants to challenge, you do get the reward of obviously getting the enemy team sniper, but it's going to be difficult, and they wanted to make that difficult. Take a look at some of the cosmetic aspects of this. And let's move out onto sniper platform. Look at this giant blue beam shooting into outer space. And look at the planets off to the side. Looks absolutely beautiful. Right here is going to be when sniper rifle spawns. I actually have it equipped, so this is where it will be, though. We'll take a look at it on the other side. But, you know, just I think this video in general is going to be a little bit different of a take on some of these maps than maybe other videos in the playlist because I got to be a part of this, you know, this map's development process. I loved watching the growth of these two as Forge creators, on their way to really create what I think is artwork. And what I mean by that is these guys have played Halo their entire lives, so they understand the FPS culture, more importantly, Halo level design, and they've implemented aspects or features of that knowledge into a modern take on Adrift. And you'll notice that as I'm sort of showcasing the map to you. Now, when I first got to this platform, there was just a box here. They've added tiny little sightline changes like this, abilities for you to sort of rotate and avoid damage as you're rotating around it. Change in elevation right here in case someone's pushing this hall. Sneaky little hiding spots like this if you're looking to get the jump on your opponent before potentially going off man cannon. And this is going to be that secondary hallway that you're going to want to take if you do want to challenge your opponent's sniper rifle. Say I spawned in blue base, I would push this hallway to challenge sniper. I love the way this hall specifically looks with that metallic reflection, the fog coming down from the pipes here that sort of leads you into bottom middle, right? And this is probably the best example of their knowledge of Halo gameplay. 2 features in this hallway. You have a skill jump in order to get onto this sort of cylinder pipe here, right here, like that. You can not only change your elevation to protect sniper rifle. Say you have oddball in the blue spawn. You can really hold down fort right here and apply that pressure to prevent them from pushing in. But more importantly, they added just enough room between this pipe and this bottom pipe for you to send shots top middle. Trust me when I tell you, these guys understand map pressure, the importance of teamwork, callouts, assists, sending shots, weapon management, you name it, rotations, right? Like they understand that aspect of Halo. So I love that little ability, that simple aspect of just being able to send a couple shots top middle when someone's pushing rockets. So now we're going to push it into blue spawn. Obviously, the map is completely symmetric. So this looks almost identical, just a few little environmental details like crane positionings, antennas and satellite dishes, things like that. And I didn't know if I would necessarily mention this in the video, but I'm kind of nerdy when it comes to like subtle Easter eggs or design features, like really subtle elements to a level design that are just sort of meant to be cheeky, or you're interested to see if anyone really even discovers them. My favorite part of this map is this asteroid right here with all the ice on it. It has a lightning rod in the top of it, and storm clouds are forming above the lightning rod in order to collect the lightning above it. And you'll see that here in a second. Look at that. It's so cool. I love stuff like that. And there's things like that are sort of littered throughout it. So be sure to check for them. Let us know what you think. Let them know what you think, man. And that goes for any of the maps that you see in this playlist. If you find elements that you love, ways or critiques, right, that you think, like alterations that you think would improve the map, or if you find like a glitch spot, something along those lines, be sure to reach out to the creators. I'll always have the gamer tags of the creators in the description below. Reach out to the T7 crew or any of these other forgers and let them know, man, if this can be a platform to really show some love and to push the envelope in terms of like forge creation standards. I would love for that to happen, because it's all love, man. Whenever we try out these maps, it's such positive energy on the stream. So be sure to reach out to them. All right, so let's go ahead and push into blue hall, pretty much identical to red, right? But let's take a look here at top middle. That beautiful UNSC Saber Jet just sitting there again with the construction cranes overhead. Something really simple that I thought was cool is this construction crane is loading these yellow missile boxes, right? These little like loading crates of missiles. They also have those in the bottom of the map. So like it really sells that idea of this being like a loading bay. Really, really cool. But in terms of the jet itself, I enjoy the aura sort of coming out of the exhaust, the engines here, right? I love the fact that there's little electric shocks that are sort of tweaking here on the wires that are connecting to the jet itself. Certain times throughout the match, it's not on right now, but you'll hear an alarm system that's sort of like starting like underneath the plane itself. But more importantly, what I think is probably the coolest aspect of this map, guys, are you ready for this? Check this out. So if you push into the vents here on the side, there's going to be a little activation panel. And if you activate that panel, check out the custom text and the custom effect that occurs in the map. Do not enter. Check this out. It activates the exhaust of the Saber Jet, and if you walk into it, you're dead. So anybody that's trying to push top middle and get the spankers or get the quantum translocator, you can get a cheeky kill on them. That is something like really creative that I just had to spotlight in this video. How cool is that, man? I think things along those lines really push the envelope in terms of like what's possible through scripting and stuff with this Halo Infinite Forge utility. Just really, really cool things. As we move forward with Halo Forge that's going to be coming out of the community, all I see is this player base, custom games just constantly getting better and better. So big ups to them for figuring out how to do that. That is way over my head, guys. Way over my head. In terms of design elements, let's talk about like aesthetically, like the things that really make this game or make this map, I think, feel polished, feel finished, ready for matchmaking. Check out the smoke sort of coming out of the vents, the graphics, the 07, the T7 graphics for the T7 crew sort of littered throughout the map. Little custom UNSC logos and what have you that sell that theme of this being like a UNSC Space Station. Really, really cool. One of my favorite ones is over here, these vents along the top, they wanted to sell the idea of condensation sort of building up in those air vents, in that air conditioning or those AC units, right? And then causing this drip effect down into bottom middle. I love that. Really, really cool. And before we showcase any skill jumps and talk about map flow, we'll just take a peek here at the vents, right? Let's go into blue vent. Let's go into blue vent. Again, you have that control panel on this side as well, guys. This is what the vents look like. They've got some fog sort of coming out of them. I thought that was a nice touch. But more importantly, as you get closer to the vent, you can actually hear the air blowing through the vent. Really, really cool. I appreciate things like that. You've got the satellite dishes, custom blinking lights on the end of the satellite dishes. Again, nice touch. But with that being said, man, yeah, like just take a look at some of the antennas with the sparking, the planets in the background and what have you. Looks stunning, stunning. So let's drop down into bottom middle. And the first thing you probably notice is the reflection on the floor. Huge fan of that, and I'll tell you why. When you get into a one-on-one engagement or you're shooting at an enemy Spartan in this map, you can see the reflection off the floor, and there's something about it that just feels cool. Like it looks like nothing else that I've experienced in any of the other like Halo Infinite maps. I love how reflective the flooring is. It looks really pretty. You know, just simply put, it looks pretty. But bottom middle in general, I think works really well for one-on-one combat or team combat in general. Maintaining rotations, applying pressure, avoiding damage, right? Like how often is your shield broken? You need to avoid damage. What they've done really well is they've put just enough cover in bottom middle through things like these boxes, right? These little yellow missile crates, these simple little jump ups with some HD screens and stuff on them in order to rotate onto platforms, right? Even things like these little benches here, or these shields, these firing range shields, if you will. Check this out. They even have a dynamo grenade, one dynamo grenade right behind it that you can pick up, right? You toss that out, say someone's pushing you over there, right? Maintain pressure on hallways. Just enough time for you to get away and push up the grav lifts, right? That's what the grav lift looks like. Oh, one thing to mention, there's like this little cubby right here at the top of the grav lift. You can hide there with oddball. You can try to get the jump on your opponent by getting a cheeky assassination off when they go up the grav lift. I thought that was cool. You can definitely tell these guys have played Halo, right? Really, really fun. But let's talk about skill jumps and map flow. Obviously, if you're spawning blue base or red base, how easy is it to get right back to the action? Well, you've got those giant hallways and you have a vent. You've got 3 different lanes to push right back into the action here. And then you can imagine just gunshots, rockets going back and forth. The map is steady pace, well organized. Really, really enjoy it. But in terms of like skill jumps and your ability to rotate in terms of elevation and swap sides and what have you, check out the modern take that they've added right here on this wall. You'll notice these little indentions, these little lips that sort of stick out of the wall here. Very intentional. Imagine some gunfights going down here, right? Pop, pop, pop. You can crouch jump onto this little ledge here, and you can crouch jump again onto this one, and you can sprint up this and actually jump into the vent itself. You used to not be able to do that on the old Adrift. You would have to run top middle and then jump into the vent. And they actually have it on both sides. So they have it on this side as well. It's a little bit more difficult of a jump, but definitely possible, right? And not only can you crouch jump to the right here, but if you want to get onto this platform, you can also crouch jump to the left, and then boom, you're on top of the platform. We showed the little cylinder jump right here as well. But if you're pushing through this hallway and you're really looking to, get up there, obviously you have things like this you can jump on, clamber, rotate up into the hallways. Aspects like that are literally all over the map, guys. So there you have it, everybody. That is the T7 Crew's official remake of Adrift from Halo 4, appropriately named Hangar T117. Give it a search over on Custom Games Browser. Give it a bookmark, 5-star review. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments. Click that thumbs up button. Let's show them some love over on social media, man. I'm looking forward to making this entire playlist with you guys. And if you want to be featured, be sure to direct message me on Xbox, on any of the social medias, anything like that. I would love to get your work, your artwork really put out there into the Halo ether so we can start, showing some more love to these Forge creators, guys. But thank you for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed the map. I'll see you in the next one, guys.